Thank you, Gia. As she said, my name is Amanda Truscott, and I'm a co-founder at Rithmik Solutions. For a lot of reasons, the world needs mobile mining equipment to be more efficient than it typically is. Unfortunately, all too often, unforeseen issues and misaligned teams mean that we see significant losses in production, unacceptably high maintenance costs, and unnecessary excess fuel burn. Solving those problems is not straightforward. Some of these reasons have already been touched on by Rob from Core AI. There is indeed a severe and worsening personnel shortage in mining. We definitely see that when it comes to the folks who run and maintain mobile equipment. The data is highly complex, extremely variable, and often poor. And for those and other reasons, prioritizing actions based on their actual impact on the business is pretty tough a lot of the time. And this is why Rithmik is delivering the world's most advanced and reliable analytics for mobile mining equipment. With Rithmik, mines get more tons with less fuel and less cost. We enable that without adding any hardware, so we're leveraging and improving the data that's already there. Our secret sauce really starts at the data processing and data QA level to effectively inject order into the chaos of the data that's already there. And then we tune our AI models to meet the unique contextual realities of each site within just a few days. We leverage a proprietary infrastructure to do that. And the combination of that data QA, the data processing, the rapid site tuning means that we're able to deliver levels of accuracy that you do not see with any other system. Insights relate to anything that impacts the ability of the machine to do what it was designed to do, whether those be factors internal to the machine or external to the machine. And we present those insights via both a maintenance lens and an operations lens, so those teams can be fully aligned on what needs to happen, when, and why. Now, obviously, there's a fair bit of complexity behind all of that. That's where our smart autonomous advisors come in. That's the generative AI layer that sits on top of all of our other AI models so that users get really precise instructions, clear and precise instructions about what they need to do. Our approach would not be possible without the specific team that we have. Our leadership alone has more than 100 years of combined experience building and deploying data-driven technologies for mobile mining equipment. And I'll share just a few examples of some of the results that we've seen now across 4 regions and commodities. So on the operations side, it's really about optimizing performance. So that means looking at things like the impact of operator behavior on equipment utilization, making sure that payloads are what they should be, and just ensuring peak performance of the machines so that they are moving the most tons possible. All of that is underpinned by really robust maintenance analytics, so providing extremely early and accurate diagnoses and recommendations for things like engine cooling issues, derates, and progressive failures. That's not enough, though. You also have to present it in a way that makes it easy for people to take action on, and that can look a number of ways depending on the needs of the site and the needs of the user. So it can be a dashboard that gives you a classified failure mode, a recommended action, and a confidence level for all of that. It can be a chat interface that lets you interact directly with the machine, with its manuals, so operations manuals, maintenance manuals, as well as with the site context. And once enough trust has been established, it can actually be an auto-generated work order that feeds directly into the site's work order management system. What becomes possible is a shared understanding between operations and maintenance teams. So now daily production meetings can include equipment health. Maintenance planning can actually take production into account, and every action can be prioritized based on its impact on the business. When we translate that into dollars, we're seeing it look like between $350,000 and $860,000 per surface mining haul truck per year, most of that coming from increases to production. And here's what that looked like for one particular site. So this is the flagship technology demonstration site for a major Japanese OEM. On November 26th, we will be announcing a formal non-exclusive partnership with this OEM based on the results that we delivered here, which were conservatively accounted for at about $9 million and a 1 to 2 month payback period on our license fees. We are always looking for more sites to partner with. Right now, what we're working on is automating feedback loops so that when your superstars move or retire, you don't actually lose them in some really important ways. The system embeds and retains the expertise of those people and makes it available to anyone at the site who needs it. Happy to talk more about it. As you can all probably see, as soon as I leave the podium here, I'm shortly about to go offline for a bit, so I've included the contact info for our CEO as well. Questions? Lay it on me.
Awesome. All right, Amanda, thank you. Amanda, I know you have spent a lot of time working with mobile equipment, right? But there's a lot of other machine types in the mining industry. So, for example, when I look at the mineral processing plant, there's a lot of moving equipment.
Totally.
It's stationary, but there's moving parts on it.
Yes.
Is that an area of interest for Rithmik?
Yes. It hasn't been our initial focus because our team's expertise is really with mobile. So that's been our beachhead. There are some unique challenges when it comes to working with mobile because you have that always changing context, right? Which you don't have when working with fixed assets. So being suckers for punishment, we decided to start with the hardest problem first. And then, we'll likely expand to fixed assets at some point. That is a much more crowded market. But what we'll ultimately expect to do is to be able to provide solutions for both.
Two quick questions. So first, do you guys offer a product or a service?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a product for sure, 100%. And implementation, it's a change lift, right? For folks to be able to do things differently, even when we're integrating directly with their workflows, even when we're integrating with the systems they're using, they need to be supported in that. And so that's absolutely a part of what we do.
Okay. So to put it, I don't know how to put it politely, but eventually you go away, right? So eventually the miners teams take over. You're not sitting there at the back as an ongoing service.
Correct. Yeah. So what we do is we work with our customers to build the muscle memory until it's just habitual and they're using the system and they can't live without it and they love it and they don't want to let it go and you have to pry it from their cold dead hands. But we work with them until they get to that point.
Okay, and the other one was just around reliability and accuracy, particularly if you're going to start pumping out notifications and work orders off the back of the system. Do you have a view on how accurate it would be at the moment? Yes.
So from the get-go, we were 100% prioritizing low false positives because we know that destroys trust. Right, so it's always been geared towards minimizing that as much as possible. So the minimum that we and our customers demand from our system is 95% accuracy. Much of the time we're seeing closer to 98.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you mentioned that you don't require any hardware for the solution. So does that mean that all the machines that you're targeting have these equipment sensors already built in?
Correct. Yeah. So for the haul trucks and shovels and dozers and things like that, typically there's sensors already on them from the OEMs. There are a lot of systems, both OEM and third party. We've worked with 12 of them now that will aggregate that data and send it to a database. So the mine just grants us access to their data.
Okay, and maybe similar question as I asked yesterday. How is the liability and responsibility shared with the sites that use them?
I guess in what way do you mean? Is that like if we recommend something and it ends up being totally wrong and then everything blows up, whose fault is it? Is that the question?
Yeah, or a false positive or...
Yeah, honestly, that hasn't been an issue for us. It really hasn't. We've never, I won't say we've never gotten anything wrong, but it's never been a big problem. We work very closely with the sites to tune our models to make sure that the accuracy is way higher than they're seeing from anything they're doing currently or any other solution that they're looking at. So it's not something that we get pushed back on.